I read your book, and it sounds like from this that if someone has an apartment complex they own as an investment, that they've got some challenges probably and almost certainly going forward with the economy, with all kinds of things. Can you kind of go over quickly what's in here? Maybe we'll get into it in depth, in some more episodes, but what are the main challenges facing someone?
If you own a 20-unit apartment complex and you've got some tenant that rolls in at midnight, music blaring, and then lets his dog run outside and bark all night, but you have to get up and go to work the next day at 8 a.m., or you have a baby sleeping, or whatever the situation, you want to have your quiet, I call it quiet domain. You want to live in your unit with no disruptions, not your neighbors bothering you. If you get some tenant that's creating problems like that, it's really hard to get them out right now. And so for a lot of landlords, they're like, you know what, I'm out. This is no longer fun for me. So that's why I wrote the book, to explain to landlords, here's what's happening right now. Here's the disruptions that are happening. So the first disruption that we had never experienced was rent control. Then the second disruption was the rent moratorium, where all of a sudden you couldn't increase your rents. And now we've got an eviction moratorium where now you can't evict your tenants.
So, and I guess, someone might argue these are reasonable things in an emergency or something like that, but are you saying the fear is that A, it goes forward, and B, that it might have a chilling effect on being able to sell your investment down the road? That's ultimately probably what's keeping someone awake at night.
It is, because in Multnomah County, I'll use that as an example, when the market was really tight, we just did not see apartment complexes or multifamily properties go on the market for sale in Portland, and specifically Multnomah County. Once rent control passed, the market was flooded. And what happens, that starts to tank prices. Prices start to drop because the market is saturated. And that could happen in the whole state of Oregon.
And you might be coming up to retirement, and that window of 5 or 10 years or maybe forever happens when you're trying to sell your property. So is it something where you need to look into it? Maybe if you were thinking of selling in the next 10, 15 years, maybe you might be in the next 2 or 3, or maybe sooner than later.
Absolutely. I do think we're going to have more government control coming into landlords' lives and dealing with multifamily, and it will definitely make an impact on how a landlord is going to own rental property.
You mentioned your book.
Yeah.
How do I get it?
Best way is to go onto my website, which is eugene-commercial.com, and the book is on my website, and you can download it for free.